Hello everybody, my name is Finley, aka Yaberdat, and today I decided that I wanted to do an accurate and in-depth makeup tutorial. I would like to say I have a little bit of experience with makeup. I've been interested in makeup since I was 13, when I was starting to do cosplay and stuff like that. Like Dobby, I also did a cosplay of the Raiden Shogun, which I miss her dearly, so eventually I will be bringing her back and a few other cosplays, but that is all I wanted to say. Let's get into today's video. Like how most of the time I don't know what I'm doing. I learned a lot of things through TikTok about how to do things and such, and I only recently have been starting to do my eyebrows, so that's nice. But I think I'm gonna start off with my primer, which is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It is currently what I have. I do have another primer that is called the Marshmallow Primer from NYX. I usually wear it a lot more on the lighter days, but since today we're doing my full base, full everything routine, I decided we're gonna use this because it is better for me. I forgot to tie my hair. I love having hair, I swear. Insert the time that I was bald. I miss that era because I didn't have to do my hair. I do not miss that era because I was bald. I also overshave my eyebrows. They're usually thicker than thick. I recently have been liking the thinner brows. I shave a lot more than plucking because I hate tweezing my eyebrows. It's terrifying. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people get the threading.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't know how people get the threading. That seems terrifying and painful. I do not have like an actual like brow routine. I currently just use eyeshadow and concealer and foundation and a tiny little brush. So I'm going to use angled brush for my eyebrows, and then we're going to use this end, the bristle end, to just fluff them up. I do use, my eyebrows are black, my hair is brown naturally, so I'm kind of in the middle of like using a dark brown and like this brown. I don't really like using the black because it's a little bit dark, and I don't want the 2016 brows, surprisingly. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna take the brown and I'm just gonna underline my... I don't understand the girls who go to school in full glam, full base at 7 a.m.
Absolute honor to be here today in full fucking glam at 8 a.m. on a Thursday morning.
I roll out of bed, I get in my clothes, which is usually pajamas, and that's it. Most of my high school career, I was in pajamas. And that was because of choice. I did not care about looking that good at 7 in the morning. I'm gonna go in with the NARS concealer and a brush. This is a double brush. I like using both sides for my concealer application because the fluffy side fluffs it out and makes it less just brown concealer, and it smooths it out. So I'm gonna use this and I'm just gonna underline my brow. I don't know how people do this at Friday in the morning. I don't every day for school. Are you kidding? Okay, that looks fine. I'm gonna let that sit for a second, and while I'm letting that sit, I'm gonna use my foundation, which is one of my favorite artists. Her name's Holly. Made a brand about face, and this is the Performer foundation in the shade. The sticker is not on the back. I put the sticker here for safekeeping. This is the Performer, and it is L1 Neutral. I love this foundation. It is so nice. Halsey, you outdid yourself with this. And it's the fact that she also performs with this. Like, more music artists should do that. Because if you're going to perform and you want to, like, support a makeup brand, make sure that you test it out on your tour or while you're performing. Because I feel like that's a good way to test things out. And, like, that's what I would do. If I was a popular artist... I don't know what that was. Get that in. Actually, cut that out. That was gross. Now I'm going to use the fluffy side of this brush and just pat it out. This also gives me a good base for my eyeshadow. I'm also going to bring some of this up into the front of my brow, so then it gives it a little bit, it just mixes in better, I feel. Mixes in the brow and makes it less look like 2016 brows. I don't know if you can tell how good they are. They look delicious to me. I don't know. Yeah. Eyeshadow. This is my favorite little eyeshadow palette. It's called the Bloom palette. It's from Ulta. I don't know how old it is. You probably should pay attention how old things are because you shouldn't use expired stuff on your eyes. That said, I'm going to use it on my eyes. I'm going to use Peony, which is the shade right there. And I'm just going to put it on my eyes. Actually, I'm a liar. Don't do that. Hyacinth. Spell that out. Learn how to say that. I don't know. You should probably Google that. Tap it off. Put them, and then I'm just going to put it right on my eye. Just cover the whole thing. It don't matter. Use Maple, which is the one that's right there. I'm gonna use Maple, and I'm gonna put it on the corner of my eye. So, like, to deepen it, I'm also gonna swoop it under here, because like Lindsay Cosmetics says, you don't look weird with eyeshadow under your eye. You're just not used to it. We're gonna use the Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder. My shade is 120 Classic Ivory because I'm pale, and I'm gonna put this on the same brush that I was using, tap it off, and just buff it out. Just do a rainbow. That's how I learned to blend. Just do a rainbow. It needs to be like 20% cooler. My nose is full. I probably should take my piercing out for this because usually I do, but I forgot. I have another palette. It's called the Rock Nudes by Maybelline New York. This is a nice little palette. I'm not using any really of the shades except this white. I'm gonna put this white on my finger and then put it in the inner corner. Trust the process. So now that's on my eyeballs. And my beautiful pop-up. This one hair is the most annoying hair on the face of the earth. It's gonna work for now. We're basically done with the eyes, so that's cool. Now we're gonna move on to my base, which we're starting off. I do a lot of underpainting, sort of, a little bit. I don't really like my products mixing a lot, but I also kind of do. My foundation usually mixes everything together, except my concealer. That goes on top of everything. We're going to use the bronzer stick by About Face in the shade Beach Goth, and also by Halsey. It comes in this nice little tube. I'd show you the label, but... Oh, there! It does show up. Hey, look at that. So I'm going to put it, like, over here in the shadow of my face. Cool. I'm also going to put it here on my temple, and I'm going to push it up. I'm going to also put it over here, push it up. Then I'm going to take it right here under my eyebrow, push it this, and just follow the natural line of my nose, because I don't have an issue with my nose. And then I'm gonna put it under like that. Don't put me in a room with Bella Kay, Lindsay McAlpine, and Gracie Abrams. I will sob my eyes out. And everyone's gonna have to deal with it. Now that we're done with that, I'm gonna use my favorite, if I can find it, blush combo, which is surprisingly a lipstick and a regular blush. A camo liquid blush in the shade Pinky Promise, which I have my lipstick, and it's NARS, and it's the shade Jane. I also use this for my lips. This is so pretty. So, what I'm going to do is, because this is lighter or darker, I'm going to put this up on my cheek. And then, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Camo Blush, and I'm going to put it right there. I'm not going to use as much of the e.l.f. blush as I did the other one, but I'm still going to use enough. I'm going to use a fluffy brush that is specifically for my blush, and I'm just going to pat it in. So I'm going to start with the lipstick, the darker shade, and I'm just going to pat it in, and then I'm going to move the e.l.f. I have a weird scar that's like right there. I don't know if anyone can see it. I'm going to go back in with the NARS concealer though, and I'm going to put this on. I have a spot right here, and I'm just going to tap it on. Okay, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I'm just going to put it on with the applicator. I'm going to put it over here. I'm not going to put it on top of my blush. I'm not going to put it under my eyes. I'm just putting it down here and on my neck. Use a brush because I don't like the squishies. And just going to pat it into my skin. I do recommend going under your... For me, what works is I push the foundation underneath my contour, but I don't go above my contour. I also am gonna put it around my lips and push, but I'm not gonna go up. I'm basically just staying around this part of my face. That's everything under here can be covered in foundation, but nothing above here except my forehead. My hair went clipped. Dang it. This is what I look like in middle school, by the way. That's why I can't. I feel like every gay person kind of had that haircut. It's not like a dig at y'all. I'm gay. I'm gonna go back in my NARS concealer, and I'm gonna put my concealer right under my eye, like this, and like this. I'm just gonna pull it out, and pull it out. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the middle of my forehead, on my chin, and I'm also gonna put it over here underneath my contour, and on the tip of my nose. Now that's done, I'm gonna take my fluffy brush on the end of this, and I'm just gonna push it. I'm just gonna pat it in. So I'm gonna take this, but the corner, I'm gonna bring it up to my temple. There are books that are just straight like copies of a book, but they're just all meows, and I feel like I want to get those, put them in my library, just have a bunch of them hidden around, and people go, oh, what's this one? And then they read it, and they open it to read it, and it's just meow, 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 meow. I have 5 cats, okay? So we have Stella, who is somewhat, I believe, a purebred Siamese. I don't know. I think she's just a short hair with those types of colors, because I believe that Siamese do look a little bit different, real Siameses, which is not a dig at her. We have Moxie, who is the oldest. We have Joy. We have Caroline. And then we have my baby, my absolute beautiful baby daughter, which is Eloise, and she's my baby. And we love her. We stan her. I think that she's non-binary and a lesbian, just by the way that she kisses her sister. I didn't think that that would come out of my mouth, but okay. Now I'm going to use my big brush, and I'm just going to blend it in, kind of pull it all together. We're going to go in with the About Face powder in the shade, well, this is called the Curtain Call, but it's in the shade Bow. I really like this powder. I don't really use, like, I never understood what a powder did before I got this one, and then it clicked in my brain what a powder is actually supposed to do. I'm just going to use it for the places where I put my concealer. I'm not going to push it anywhere else, because I have a different powder that I use for it for the rest of my face. Meow. See how everything goes together? It just looks so nice. Now I'm going to use the other powder, which is my Fit Me, my Maybelline Fit Me. Tap it off, put it everywhere else that I didn't put it before. Now I think is my favorite part to do. My favorite part to do on my makeup is add my moles back in, which my moles are very specific and I love every single one of my moles. So I'm going to take my small brush and the pointy, and I'm going to put some black eyeshadow underneath it. I'm going to squish it together to make it real pointy, and then I'm going to put it on my mole. So I have one mole above my brow. It's my favorite one, I think. That's a lie. My favorite mole out of all my moles is the one right here. I would get bullied for it. I would get bullied a lot for my moles. And then I went to my grandma and I was talking about it with her, and she told me how everyone in the years before me would have been jealous because of Marilyn Monroe. She had that mole, and just ever since then I've just loved that mole. It's been my favorite mole. I don't really get bullied for the moles anymore, but if I did, I'd just be like, suck it, you're jealous, you don't have Marilyn Monroe's mole. Now to the lips. I'm gonna use, for my lips, I'm gonna use my darkest shade of, which one do I normally use? This one. I feel like I use this one. I'm gonna use my NYX Professional Makeup lip liner. I'm gonna sharpen it. This is the shade Mauve. I do have a second lip line, which annoys the crap out of me because it's so difficult to do my lips without it looking weird. So I'm gonna use the outside lip for the top, and then as it goes down, use the inner line. Same thing with using the inner line and then the outer line. I'm sometimes like doing just I like rounding out my Cupid's bow, but sometimes I do like to keep it. I don't want it rounded today, so it seemingly just wants to be round though, and I don't want it to be round. Stop trying to be round. Now the bottom. The bottom is the one that I have the most difficulty with. It's difficult. I can never get it right on the first try. We're gonna try. Okay, that actually did not come out as bad as I thought it would. Gonna take this small palette. I have no idea where it's from, the brand, but I did get it from one of my old teachers, and I love her so much. So I'm just gonna put this line over my lip liner to make it darker because I don't really have a dark lip liner. Where'd it go? my lipstick from earlier that I used for the same on my cheeks, and I'm just gonna put it in the center of my lips. My posture is tea, isn't it? And now it just looks pretty. It's so pretty. I love it so much. It's just...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
As much as I want to say my lips never really come out, my mascara either comes out messy or it comes out lopsided. Ugh. Then pull my mascara out. This is the Essence Lash Princess, and it's the false lash effect. My mom got these for me and my sister for Christmas, and it's pretty good mascara, I feel. Such as look, and then you're done. Some people have asked what I use to set my face. Usually hairspray. I will not lie. I usually use like really good hairspray, and I put it on after I styled my hair, so then I could just spray my face and my hair, and it'll stay in the exact same spot, and it usually comes out perfect. Usually, is my makeup. And that's my makeup. That's my makeup tutorial. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and follow me on any platform at Yaberdat. That is YABERDAT. That is on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for another one. Thank you so much. Bye!